We're yet to witness the gathering of industry leaders as they speak about what lies ahead as The Economist unveils its annual publication, The World Ahead 2024.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being here, and welcome to the launch of The Economist prediction book, The World Ahead 2024, under license. As Wana very well said, I'm Camelia Orosaruhis, the Managing Director of City Productions, the agent for The Economist. We are delighted having you tonight at the launch of this year's edition, noticed as the third consecutive year hosting the event in Lagos, Nigeria. Before going further, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to everyone joining us tonight. Firstly, I would like to extend our gratitude to Dr. Orefini, Director of Growth, Lagos State, representing the Lagos government, sparing valuable time from her busy schedule to share insights on how we can enhance the state of our economy.
Representing the Governor of Lagos State at the event was the Special Advisor to the Governor on Sustainable Development Goals, Oreoluwa Fini, who gave the Governor's executive address.
Together, let us transform uncertainty into opportunity and forge a brighter future for generations to come. Thank you, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu.
The chairman, Flour Mills of Nigeria, John George Kumantaros, talks about tapping into the local market and collaborating with local farmers in Nigeria.
We've done a lot of work in trying to develop seeds that are adding to the yield. So both in maize and soybean and even wheat, we are working with the farmers to provide very pure and good seeds that have a strong ability to get the genetics to be to maximum yield, and as well having fertilizer and other inputs and agronomic services so that the farmer is able to double the yield. If the farmer doubles his yield or her yield, they will make more money and the cost of the raw materials are cheaper. So we've seen that in the maize value chain, we've seen it in the soybean value chain, we've even seen it in the wheat value chain. So I think it's a little bit on our efforts again to work upstream to make sure that the supply chain is profitable. I mean, farmers won't plant if they're not profitable, and industries can't buy if the raw material is too expensive.
It was certainly interesting and insightful. Some very important industry figures, and it was very good for us to be part of that, as also our chairman was a speaker, so we're proud of that moment.
The Honorable Olatunbosun Alake, Commissioner, Ministry of Innovation, Science and Technology, Lagos State, revealed the new project the government is working on to solve the present and future problems in the industry.
A harmonization of the siloed architecture in government is a real impediment we have to overcome. And I think we've started working on that in Lagos. It's called the Enterprise Architecture Project, where we'll define standard data management standards. So data at rest, data in transit, and then how do you also make all of that data available to the private sector so that decision making is better, they're able to deal with all of the agencies they can maybe on a single portal. So I think if we can do that, then the ease of doing business will definitely increase, and of course economic value created.
For Nigeria, we expect the finance sector to drive growth. The recent policy of CBN in terms of the increase in the recapitalization of the banking sector, we expect we will bring in more capital to that sector and further drive growth in the sector. The full import of the growth in that sector may not be realized in 2024, given the 2 years timeline. However, we are expecting to gradually see a situation where, you would hope that all the 25 banks will survive, but what may likely happen is we may have fewer, and I'm not about to give you a number as the number of banks that will survive, right? But what may happen is that we will likely have fewer banks, fewer bigger banks, that as a collective will be bigger than the many banks we have today.
I think the Economist World Ahead is a great publication in the first place. It really brings together a lot of people to think about what is the future, where are we going? And this event in particular was really focused around that. And also to celebrate, I think, 4 companies that have been making significant impact in this economy. So we're really proud as PAGA to be one of those companies that were recognized because, we also coincides with us turning 15. So we just turned 15 as a company, and we have a lot of different things that we've achieved in that 15 years, creating over 1,000 jobs directly, over 100,000 indirect jobs in Nigeria, processing over 355 million transactions. And each of those transactions are people achieving things that they were trying to achieve, whether it's to pay for their university fees, whether it's to pay for their transportation back home or to send money home to grandma, right? These are all representing making life possible for people, and we're really proud of that and excited about the future. And that is what this event was all about. It's like, what's the future? What would 2024 hold? And the new possibilities that brings for us.
I think this event is sort of like a pointer to where the economy might move to. It sort of gives us an indicator of where things might shift and how we can adequately prepare ourselves for the changing tides. I think it's also important because just of the availability of rich data that this event and the world ahead provides. And so investors, business executives can make the right moves to be able to position for value. So
looking more at the economic policies and how they impact each and every one of us. And really, the past 1 year has been a roller coaster for every Nigerian. And so we must really do our best to participate in the discussions, in the engagements that can change, the bad times, the volatilities we've been experiencing, the inflation and the volatility we've been experiencing in our currency, to a period and a reality that is much better, where the naira might not equate to the dollar one-on-one, but will be, understandably and comfortably affordable to Nigerians.
Don't forget to subscribe and follow us in all our social media platforms at Guardian Nigeria. I am Foluke Adirogba, and this is The Guardian TV.